This episode needs no introduction. So today we're making roasted tomato soup with grilled cheese. Now this is not like your ordinary tomato soup for two reasons. Number one, we're going to be roasting all the ingredients together in a pan and then turning that into soup. By roasting the ingredients, you're removing the water content and amplifying the flavor of every ingredient in that pan. You could do the exact same thing in a pot, but you just won't get the same result. Secondly, we'll be adding bell peppers. The combination of bell pepper and tomato is absolutely divine. It will take your run-in-the-mill tomato soup to a completely different level. With a grilled cheese sandwich, this has to be the perfect no-fuss meal on a cold winter's night. So with all that said, let's begin. To start with the soup, you're going to take a roasting tray. I made a huge batch because this was also my team's lunch, but feel free to make a smaller batch. Let me first show you how to remove the eye of the tomato without wastage. A lot of people do it like this, and that's incorrect. The correct way of removing the eye is by using just the tip of a paring knife, going around the eye and removing it like this. That's pretty much the difference. Moving on, you're going to roughly dice 2 kgs of tomatoes and toss that into a large bowl. You're going to do the same with 500 grams of red bell peppers and 300 grams of onion. Roughly chop. Don't worry about the shape as much, just ensure it's roughly the same size as all your veg. Add your peppers and onions to your bowl as well. Toss the veg together and transfer to your roasting tray. Then you're going to toss in 80 grams of whole garlic cloves. Season with salt and pepper. Add a generous drizzle of olive oil, about half a cup. Place the tray in a preheated oven at 220 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. After about 40 odd minutes, you'll notice the veg has completely softened and there is a slight dark tinge on the veg. That's an indication that your veg is ready to be turned into soup. Turn the contents out in a large pot and bring to a boil. Add 1 tablespoon of chilli flakes and a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Then you're going to transfer the contents into a blender. I recommend doing them in batches. While I'm at it, I also recommend not blending when the contents are hot, because I did that and well, you can see the rest. So naturally I decided to use a hand blender to grind them ever so lightly and to also buy enough time for the mix to cool down before transferring it into a mixer and blending until I had a smooth mixture. Then you're going to pass the soup through a sieve into another pot and discard any skin and seeds left in the sieve. Rinse and repeat with the rest of your soup. Bring the soup back to a boil. Adjust the consistency of the soup by adding water. To finish, you're also going to add a generous helping of Parmesan cheese and also a teaspoon of sugar if your soup is a touch sour. You want a relatively thick soup so that you can dunk in your grilled cheese sandwich. Now set the soup aside while you prepare the grilled cheese. This could potentially be the best grilled cheese you've ever had, so brace yourself. Take 2 slices of regular white bread, butter the insides, add 3 cheese slices and about 100 grams of a mix of grated mozzarella and white cheddar. Sandwich the 2 slices of bread, add a generous layer of butter to the top and place the buttered bread side down in a non-stick pan over medium to low heat. Cook for 5 minutes, pressing it down with your palm every once in a while. Then flip and continue cooking for an additional 3 to 4 minutes or until both sides of bread are golden brown and you can see the cheese starting to melt. Your bread should be super crispy and should sound something like this. Now to serve, pour a generous helping of the soup in a bowl. Garnish with a drizzle of olive oil, grated Parmesan cheese, black pepper, and a sprig of basil. Serve alongside your grilled cheese and dinner is served. This is an extremely no-fuss meal which is definitely worth a try. This meal is one of those simple and good things that anyone can whip up. And speaking of good things, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you learned something, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.